nìyẹn. I will cut it.
In the days that Governor Dario was in office, Plateau was very polarized. When Babangida took over, there were sharp divides. When my brother Governor Lalong took over, I never set foot inside government house. The divisions were very clear. When I took over, the divisions also got worse. But one thing I prayed silently about is that may God cause Governor Lalong to fall into my hands.
When the sun sets, conversations ignite. Ponsa Fanab and Gilbert Joseph bring you an unfiltered perspective on current happenings in Nigeria on Nigeria at Sunset.
We shouldn't want to, there are names almost literally on the same card as Nnamdi Kanu. The question of selective justice also comes in there.
What is selective justice?
Selective justice is what does not apply to everyone. When
you are talking about that Iswap guy that was arrested.
There are many people. For example, Sunday.
Weekdays, 5 to 6 p.m. on J101.9 FM. Be part of the dialogue that matters.
Hello there, very good evening to you and welcome to the program Nigeria Sunset on J101.9 here in Jos. I am Ponsak Fanab. It's a beautiful day, beautiful evening, 20th of May 2026. Gilbert is here. How's your day and how's it going? Good evening.
The most beautiful Wednesday. The most beautiful Wednesday you get to experience.
Yeah.
But I have something to say about Ponsak today.
Yeah.
And I hope that you listen with rapt attention.
Yeah. Well, why? Yeah, let me interrupt. Why the Wednesday is beautiful is because today is my sister's birthday, so that's why today the Wednesday is beautiful. So happy birthday to you, my darling sister. I pray that God will bless you.
Amen.
Comfort, very hardworking young woman there.
God
so happy.
Yes,
and in good health,
favor, and all the good things of life that you crave for.
And also, I know that you want to talk about Arsenal.
Yes,
just go ahead.
I'm going to have to talk about
Arsenal. Go ahead. I mean, go ahead.
There is never a time that I've experienced a downfall, and Ponsak hasn't shaded me on this show. But let me tell you something, listener. We had a call with him this afternoon, and he did not say congratulations.
Well,
that's single, and it is the same.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Well, congratulations to all. Let me tell you, yesterday,
it is the end of the road.
Yeah.
People like you that have consistently wished us, I don't know.
But how do you feel taking congratulations after 22 years?
It's not after 22 years.
Let me tell you let me tell you, this is the first time that after 22 years, people will see Arsenal taking the trophy on Facebook, on X, on LinkedIn, on if there was to go, to go, or BBM,
we have won trophies in the course of this 22 years.
No, they're talking about EPL.
A trophy is a trophy. Can we go on and listen? Manchester United haven't won the league in 10 years now.
Yeah.
Are you going to say they shouldn't celebrate a trophy if they win one tomorrow?
No, 10 years and 22 years is different. There's a 12 years
clubs
gap.
That in 100 years haven't won one single.
We're talking about Arsenal now, with
so
all of the bragging.
There you go. You now see that. So there is nothing literally that the Arsenal will do. And I mean,
well, congratulations, Gilbert. Congratulations to El Cash. He called me around to 12 midnight yesterday. And when I woke up,
you were sleeping.
Yes, I was actually sleeping. Good. When I woke up, then I saw the missed call. I thought that, something happened, and I actually returned, but it didn't. So early in the morning when I woke up, I returned the call just for Baka congratulating Naba. Well, it's good. So congratulations, El Cash. Congratulations, Danje. Danje, my very good friend. Congratulations, Dr. Bapi. Philip Nyango. And the biggest Arsenal fan in the world, Uncle Sunday Frecktop. Congratulations, Uncle. I know that Uncle Sunday is very, very excited. His O2 has finally won the league after 22 years. Yeah, well, I know that yesterday was like Christmas for Uncle Sunday. So congratulations, Uncle. And congratulations to all Arsenal fans, Gilbert. Yeah, well, Gilbert, what story have you followed? Have you been following the processes, the primary elections processes?
Yes, that's something we never can miss by a whisker, if you like. But the one that, for me is top on the list now is out of the States. For example, what's going on in Gombe. There's so much complaining about the whole process again. like other parts of, and people just literally rejecting the results and giving themselves hope that something will change. And I don't know why Nigerian politicians are this optimistic.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have lost this election, I'm sorry, to disappoint you. If you had any hope that another primaries will be conducted, I really don't think that there would be another primary election. This one has gone. If you have got any sort of protest, you know where to channel it or to take it to.
Yeah.
But for Issa Pantami, for example, to say that he withdrew from the race, and certain group again rejecting the results of the primaries and what have you. And across the country, I don't think that all of these people who are hoping that something is going to happen for another primaries to be conducted are not living in an illusionary world. I mean, this is gone. This is gone, in my opinion. And so they just have to focus on other things. If they've got other businesses, channel their energies there, and then allow the winners, or perhaps work with them to win the general elections.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you talked about Gombe. How I wish, I wanted to establish contact with someone who is participating in that process in Gombe, but he's busy, and he's going on live on social media live any moment from now, and that's why we couldn't get him. But just like Gombe, like Mikang, in Mikang local government, especially in some wards there, in Kanem ward, Kanem B ward, the reports that we're getting is that voters, APC members, troop out in their numbers to go out to participate, to cast a vote for the aspirant of their choice. But electoral materials hasn't, arrived to them. And the allegations, we're getting is that the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Honorable Caroline, they said she stormed the venue of the primary election in Kanem ward and spoke briefly with the electoral officers, that is the APC electoral officers, sent there to monitor the process, entered her car, and then they were weeks away, and the voters there are in a limbo because, there's no communication whatsoever. Take a listen to what happened in Kanem B ward. When we come back, we have two guests. We're going to talk about this and many, many other stories this evening. It's really going to be an interesting conversation, Gilbert. Well, take a listen. When we come back, the show will continue. Stay here.
As you can see, we are card-carrying members of the APC from Kanem Ward B. We've assembled our people since 8 o'clock in the morning, and we've mobilized people to this venue of the election for the position of the House of Assembly primary elections that is supposed to have been conducted here. Upon the arrival of the electoral officer sent by the party, the commissioner from nowhere appeared, consult with them in privacy, and from nowhere they abandoned us, picked them in their own official car, and left with them. From the looks of things, you could see these paltry people, these are their people. Just a few, they are not up to 100. But you could see this line. You could see from this line, these are card-carrying members. Everybody on this line has a card-carrying member. And it is, you can cross-check registered members of the party from Kanem Ward B in Mikang local government. So we are calling on the leadership of the APC or the leads in hierarchy who are charged with the responsibility of conducting elections to come back and address this issue with immediate effect. We are law-abiding citizens. We love APC, but we don't want any ugly situation to occur here. We don't want it. We want all democratic processes to be followed. That is what we are asking for. That is all.
Is there any elections?
There was no election completely. Our people queued. But when they see that our people outnumbered them...
Who is the commissioner and what is her name?
Her name is Caroline Darfur Pala. She's the son of the son. She's from this unit, Commissioner for Women Affairs. She's from this unit, but because she knows that she's not on ground, she decided to do the otherwise. This is what we're asking for.
Who are your people who came to vote?
Sir, we've come to vote Honorable Nanlong Daniel, the Speaker, House of Assembly.
Yeah, well, that was it there. That was someone in Kanam B ward in Mikang local government saying how frustrated they are. Coming out early in the morning and not getting election result, not being able to even participate in the whole process. Well, in case just tuning in, the program is Nigeria Sunset, and it is J101.9 FM here in Jos. I'm Ponsak Fanab.
I am Gilbert Joseph.
We have two guests. We have two great friends of the house. We have Honorable Nenman Johnson. Thank you for coming and good evening. It's good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and we have Honorable Rocha Golmot is here with us. Thank you for coming and good evening.
Good evening, Ponsak.
Yeah.
And Gilbert and my brother. And good evening to our listeners.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, I'll begin with you, Honorable Rochak. You were here since when you mobilized young people in Pangchin, saying that you don't want
It was bipartisan.
Yeah, collective voices of people from different parts of PKK. But now the primary election has come and gone. What do you think of the outcome of the entire process and even the announcement of the result? Well, lots of controversies, but I think that people have put that way past them now and they are looking forward to what the future may bring.
Yeah, it's with very heavy heart that I begin this narrative because what was attainable in the field was a very, very sorry state of our political party, the All Progressives Congress, where a drama happened in, let me speak specifically on in Kanke, where people were gathered and waited all day long for the party to send representatives that will do the head count for candidates. Head counts for voters who wants to stand behind the candidate of their choosing.
Yeah.
And we stayed all day long. I think it took almost around 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Yes.
From morning until 6.
Yeah, before actual counting began. And at that time, a lot of things had happened. Yeah,
Would you like to tell us what, for
yeah,
example,
I think in some of the words, a few people followed around with the banner of one of the candidates, and they will have people wave their cards like they want to give them something or so. And when they wave it, they take a video and they will shout on top of their voice, and they will enter a car and zoom off. And people were surprised in some few words. So when we got that one, when they came, those particular people came to my own federal ward in Ampere B. I insisted, I stood my ground, just me, insisted on. I said, it can never happen. If you want us, get people who are going to count the people. Once they do those things, then you can fraternize with those who have voted for you. Unfortunately, when they do that, they discourage some people, say, oh, by what we have done, election has happened, so just go home.
Okay, that was what.
Yes, that's how people go home. So for some of us who have some interest for other candidates, we insisted that we have to wait no matter what and get counted. And we waited, I think, for some of the words like Ampere A and Dawaki, they counted through the night, almost to 9 before.
And you were there?
Were there.
Okay.
Before people dispersed.
But is the result reflective of the outcome of the, reflective of the wishes of the people, or does it reflect how votes were cast since you were there?
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
No, I'm just talking about for the Ampere B that you were there.
Yes.
Did it reflect the wish of the people? Did the vote count reflect the
vote
wish?
count, of course.
Okay.
Because once the people who came from the party counted the heads of the people, they now took the vote. We followed to the local government.
Yeah.
And subsequently expected to come. I think something happened between Kanke and Jos, and what happened.
Yeah.
And then for some of us, I think the All Progressive Congress is an entity in its own self, and which we all belong to, and we have mechanisms for addressing those kind of things. And I think those who are hurt by the processes would want to explore some of those mechanisms to make sure that they are heard. And I think they will be heard.
My question is that because one thing that APC, the whole conundrum is that nobody is talking about, the votes, the people who voted and whether or not their vote counted. What the party is all concerned about is that who is authorized to announce winner or loser. Nobody is talking about how many vote, aspirants, got. The whole concern is about who is authorized. Are you worried about that for your party, that instead of following where the vote were cast and seeing, the wishes of the people being respected, but, the APC is focused on its own rules to say, no, Rotshak, you're not supposed to do it. Gilbert is supposed to do it. Nenman is not supposed to do it. Ponsaki is supposed to do it. Are you bothered about that?
Yeah. Really bothered about that, because I think those things should be seamless. His Excellency Governor Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang has insisted that we should have confidence in the party, the structure of the party, and we should go out and vote for candidates of our choosing. And I think that the citizens have done, where they went out, lined up, and do that. So it is worrisome that at the end of the day, it will seem that there are duplications of those kind of roles, where Mr. A was asked to do and Mr. B thumbs up, and the whole thing became more like a play. It is an unfortunate state, but I will still insist that our party has crisis resolution mechanism, and I think we would find a way out.
And party supreme for you?
Yes. The party is, of course,
okay.
supreme.
Yeah. Let me come to Honorable Johnson and man. If you look at the outcome of the APC primaries so far, what's your opinion about that? Are you seeing transparency? Are you seeing the primaries reflective of the wish of the people?
You see, that's why at times we call it an in-house family thing. It's a family matter. It's a we thing. This is not a general election. This is a primary election.
Absolutely, yeah.
Party members. So I wouldn't want to talk about PKK because I was not in PKK when.
No. I'm talking about the APC general election now. That is the question addressed to you.
Tell you from my perspective.
Yeah. The general of your observation.
Just not when that was happening.
Yeah.
I do my elections here. I was concentrating on my own election.
Yeah.
And what I saw in Just Not, I think I to some extent, you cannot get it all. In a party that we have a lot of supporters, a lot of people, like is the biggest party in Africa. You expect one or two pockets of problems when there are elections like that. You cannot have a very smooth and a successful election. But then I will tell you that in Just Not, I think where I am from, that's Just Not Basa, we had a very successful consensus and we had our candidate on board. So I think here where I am, it's a good one.
Yeah. How about the process of the consensus? Is it did it get the buy-in of all of the aspirants? Because consensus aspirants will sit down to say, Johnson, I've stepped down for you. Go ahead, and all the aspirants. Is it what happened or something else happened?
Okay, so night before the election, I think they were news of people stepping down, which I think the first person to step down was the executive chairman of Just Not Local Government, Barrister J.K. Chris.
Yeah.
He was the first person that stepped down. Later, a lot of people were stepping down. So if you see people stepping down, and after the announcement, nobody went to the appeal committee to complain. That means it's with their consent. Because election is a process.
Oh, nobody went to the aspirants.
Yeah,
okay.
Election is a process. There is an appeal committee. And then when it's been announced that there is a consensus candidate, nobody went to the appeal committee to complain. That's for Just Not, but that's where I come from. So I feel the process is okay there. So I don't know of other places because that is where I am from. And I was busy on the field seeing how we could get our results.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened in other places because I was busy on the field. But ours is a good one. I think I commend the party on that
Just Not
for using the mechanism for consensus. I think I will give them a thumbs up for that.
Okay. So, tomorrow is the governorship primary election. What? How optimistic are you guys? First, let me ask: how optimistic are you guys, and are you seeing that the APC governorship primary election will meet all the great standards, and at the end of the day, Plateau is going to come out stronger? Because I mean, anything that happens, APC is the ruling party on the Plateau, and I want to believe that anything that happens with the APC, has ripple effects on the larger society. Yeah, Roshak, yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, Governor Sugar.
We expect that we will go out to the polls as usual. Unfortunately, for the senatorial counted, but some numbers have popped up. We expect that.
Why is that? Why?
I do not
But was
know.
consensus adopted or?
Now, if in an event a consensus is going to happen, then numbers will not be flying up that candidate A got XYZ volume of vote.
Yeah.
So in that case, where people did not even come out to cast and the numbers were just brandished around for a certain candidate to have won. We hope that will not happen tomorrow. We believe that the party would have learned the lessons of the National Assembly primaries and have rejigged the system and have made it, even with the lessons from today as well, rejig the systems and make it much more confident, because what the primaries does for us as followers is that it gives confidence that this candidate A is a popular candidate and should be supported. Not just for even party faithfuls. It goes beyond the party faithfuls. It even sends that thing, it reverberates to even onlookers, people who are even of another party. When they see the way we conduct ourselves, I think it will appeal to them. Fortunately for us on the Plateau, we have a leader who I am confident will be returned tomorrow based on the track records that he has put on the ground, His Excellency.
And should, for example, should the supporters of Governor Mutfwang counter on the statements of the national chairman, Professor Nentawe? Because, I mean, Professor Nentawe has said several times, he has always said that Governor Mutfwang will be returned back to Little Rayfield Government House. Should the supporters of Governor Mutfwang, take that word to the bank?
I should think so. They should take those words to the bank. Based on the assessment of the national chairman, we're not talking about the private sector on top of his voice that, hey, Governor Mutfwang, you are going to be re-elected. So, in our opinion, we don't even just want to rely on that promise. We want to back the national chairman's support with the support on ground. Like, yes, if we're not able to get consensus, which I'm confident that the other contestant will have to see the light in the sense of it, so that he will give way for the governor to begin preparations for the general elections instead of being involved in this primary election. But where it doesn't happen, we want it to be free, fair, and people will be counted, and the candidate, of course, Governor Mutfwang.
That's what we want. Honorable Johnson, you are the liaison officer to the national chairman of the APC. Should we take the national chairman words to the bank and say that, because he has openly said that the as a party they are willing to, your party is willing to return Governor Mutfwang to Little Rayfield Government House?
You see, APC has been a party that knows how to manage people, and we manage our in-house fight by ourselves. I think since Nentawe became chairman, it's hard for you to see a party member taking another member to court. Why? Because he managed internal disputes with a very good mechanism. So what I'm saying in essence is, I'm sure there's talk between the parties that are contesting in APC to see where there will be consensus, because consensus is our first option in APC, because we think it's the best way to go. But where the consensus failed, the national chairman has given his word. He is the national chairman and he is eligible to vote. He's eligible to anywhere he is. But then there is rules in the party also, where the other aspirant feels like cannot step down, then there will be an election. So the national chairman will support who he wants to support.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's what I feel. Okay? So I am sure APC will even come out with a very good outcome between today and tomorrow that every member would smile over it. For now, but we can't just say this is how it's going to be because it's a party affair and it's an in-house affair.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
sure there will not be any problem.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Honorable Rashak. Just same question. Tomorrow, the governorship primary election. Should we trust? And what will be your call to APC members, for example, who are going to come? Because I mean, on the social media, we've seen it's like heated. And for me, I always wonder, you can promote your candidate without insulting anybody. I mean, the more you promote your candidate without any insult, the more people will see the brilliant ideas, coming out from your candidate, and it may even convince them.
Yeah, I will call upon all party faithfuls to turn up, as usual. For us in the APC, it is a convergence. It is a brotherly convergence. No matter how we disagree, why say we should disagree to agree.
Right.
So, in my opinion, I think we will be disagreeing to agree tomorrow that Governor Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang should be nominated to be candidate of the All Progressives Congress on the plateau.
All right, Gilbert.
Honorable Nenma, let's examine exactly these primary elections. Do you think that the conduct of this exercise has added to the PR of the APC when across the country, and you can name names? I mean, Desmond Elliott has been speaking for the past 3 days. Issa Pantami, the same thing. And Plateau here, the same thing. You go to, I think, Zamfara or Katsina, you also have these issues coming up where people say elections were not conducted and what have you. Are you going to be giving Nigerians a free and fair general elections if people getting disenfranchised continues?
Okay, so you see, a general election is not like a primary election. Primary election is an in-house party thing. The party have their rules, they have their way of doing things. While general election is a national matter that has to do with the Nigerian constitution. So in that general election, I'm sure APC has no power to decide who wins or who, but in a primary election, to some extent, APC has the power to call the candidate for a sitting to know how to talk about consensus, which the party has the power to do that. But in a general election, you don't have that power. So that will be decided by Nigerians.
The ruling government in Nigeria usually funds INEC to conduct elections.
But there have never been any time that the ruling government forced a candidate on people.
Tacitly, it's
an election. No, they don't.
Not a Nigerian thing, it's an African thing.
And Jonathan failed an election?
Because, of course,
and Inenta will lose an election, and he who were in power. No, you see, let's balance things at times. Also, let's not give people wrong impression.
It's
a political party.
Stating the fact.
A political party has no powers in any general election. Its power stops in its primary election, and I feel Pantami and the rest. There's something about primary election. There has never been a time in this country that primary election is being conducted and there's no rancor. That there are no people that complain. No matter how free and fair you did it, somebody must complain.
The complaints, there
was a time in this country that APC lost a whole state because of primary election. We've seen that on the plateau again, that PDP lost almost all the position. It was only the governor that scaled through because of party congresses. So in the case of party affairs, the party are not perfect. They cannot get it 100%. But I'm sure they are doing their best to make sure they give Nigerians the best.
Okay, as somebody who knows to a certain degree internal party democracy and what have you, if you were to throw the option of direct primaries and the delegate system that we used to have before now, which do you think would be popular amongst your party men from what you have seen of these direct primaries in 2026?
So I think direct primaries is the best. You know why? Direct primaries give you an opportunity to choose. But this is the first time you will see son of a nobody lining up to be counted in a primary election.
But
let me not call it.
You've just heard
in plenty.
from Mr. Roshak here.
Yeah, Mr. Roshak
That
just
certain
said
people were
in his place
disenfranchised.
there was a problem. But in my place there was not. Because consensus was reached. And there are places that we've seen members that are contesting elections sweating to get people counted. You've seen what was the demand on the queue.
Including the first counts.
You've seen a Barita
That from
Simon
5
Bakola along on the queue for him
From
to be
5
counted.
people jumping to 100.
I didn't see that. I don't know if you saw that. Somebody can just go and bring people out to do that just to discredit the party. It's a normal thing that people can do.
Gilbert,
So I don't want that to be an issue here, Gilbert. Let's talk about what is happening, not what somebody might do to discredit the political party. APC is our party. That if at all there are problems in the party, which is bound to happen, it's an in-house problem. We will fix our problem. It's a family problem. So Nigerians should not feel because there is 1 or 2 pockets of problems in the primary election. There has never been any primary election that there has not been a problem, even with the delegate election. You must have, because we're humans. Whether you like it or not, somebody that does not have an edge might want to press somebody that has an edge. So that is where the party at times come in to make sure the right thing is being done. You understand? So somebody that does not have an edge might want to feel cheated or something. So it has always been like that.
Mr. Roshak.
Yes.
Yes. Talk to us. Basically, offshoot of the question. But then, to gain some clarity, in the delegates you rather go for?
Well, I think right here on this decks, I have proposed for direct primaries as the best means of choosing candidates for political party with what I saw on the field and the result that is coming up, especially if you reference the Plateau Central District primary elections. I don't even want to call it election, maybe it's election or something. It is the parties, I think we are not ripe to really implement these direct primary thing to the latter. Why am I saying that? Because at the end of the day, the party is not sufficiently empowered to have, if INEC is having the troubles they are having in terms of security, etc., the party itself that does not have control of security will definitely have some sort of problems. You understand? But that would not negate the fact that the direct primaries has given some sort of interaction between the led and those who intend to lead. So truly, I would think that we would have to be very concerned about the times. I think it was hasty, the implementation of the law, the electoral law that gives room that jettison indirect primaries for a direct primary. I think it was hastily being implemented.
Again, let me pick your brain a bit. The direct primaries we're talking about, what exactly makes it cumbersome? Is it not about people, and this is me talking from what I have seen, because I've observed this exercise. Is it just about people lining up as party members and getting counted, or there is some other criteria that the public isn't aware of beyond lining up to get counted?
Logistics in elections is massive. It's huge. It's huge burden.
Okay, logistics in this sense, like what?
In the sense
tables, or what exactly constitutes logistics?
In the sense of even sending, like I gave you example, where materials and officials who are supposed to do the head count came at the end of the day around 6 in the evening. The assumption, or what was the news on ground, is that before the election monitoring team leaves Abuja to come to Jos and set up for people who will leave Jos to go down to the local government, and then set up for people who are going to leave the local government to go to the wards and return in that order. It's another thing altogether. So it's the concept of that logistics, and embedded in them is the idea of security. You understand? The idea of security too is key, because anything can happen. And since it's not a general election, how do you mobilize security? So it means at the end of the day, we'll have to rely on ourselves, talk to ourselves for our own common good. And I think those are the kind of things that punch holes into the idea of the direct primaries. Without those kind of little encumbrances, in my opinion, I think the direct primary is the best, most efficient means of selecting candidates for political parties.
If I get you correctly, because what I'm trying to interrogate is the fact you have said direct primaries can be cumbersome.
Yes, of course.
Good. It takes security out of the picture, assuming that is taken care of. Now, the supply of logistics, the electoral officers, do they leave Abuja on election day and go to the various states? Or ideally, they are supposed to be mobilized to states to be on the ground before election day itself. And these are things that ordinarily, I am not quite sure your answer, but I do think that if they leave Abuja on election day, then it means it is a self-inflicted kind of problem.
Yeah, of course. If that should happen to the All Progressives Congress in the volume of the structures that we have, then you would have to pity political parties like the PDP that is practically a skeleton, or the YPP or ADC or NDC that is just emerging. So I think we can answer this question in the reflection of what has happened in other primaries. So it seems like it's only the All Progressive Congress that is having primary elections, but that's not true. Other political parties are having primary elections, and the stories you hear from those sides is even quite funny, even though ours also comes with the devils in between what is happening in the political party, which for some of us will continue to advise that the party looks at these things, especially for genuine complaints, that Progressive Congress is the party to beat in the general elections come 2027.
Mr. Johnson, he has said things have to be done, corrections have to be made, and complaints have to be listened to. Otherwise, the party possibly... Do you think that at this stage of the party's existence, it is possible to, as a result of the events of the past few days, have people who are capable of antagonizing it and ensuring it loses election? Because you're a politician, and it's often with so much confidence that politicians speak.
Yeah, I believe he's a stakeholder at APT, so my brother knows where to channel these problems if he sees any. Like we have people that are meant to handle problems like this in the party, like people that are meant to resolve when you're hot during primary elections or something. We have those people.
Appeals committee.
I know my brother.
That's why I'm not removing the rapper here.
So my brother will always take those complaints to those committee because it's an in-house thing. So we're here to talk about how to develop the party and how to make it better going forward. Okay, whether we like it or not, you cannot get it all. You cannot get it 100%. There must be rancor of problems from here, there, and you understand. So that's why we're humans at times. So as there will be corrections for us to be right. If there are no wrongs, there will not be right. So at times you become wrong, so as you'll be right tomorrow. So when we make mistakes today, tomorrow we'll be right. We're humans. We're bound to make mistakes. So if there is a mistake in Mr. A or B or C, Mr. D and to Z will make corrections and make it right tomorrow. I'm sure with the way APC is going, APC will be one of the best parties in Africa. Because my brother was not in APC, but you have seen the good of APC is in APC today. Because of how APC has been moving and because of how we've been handling people and moving fine. So I'm sure with that, we will get more members even after the primary elections. Because the other parties have not started their own. You will see the worst of it. I think APC is even doing well than other parties. You will not see, is there anywhere you heard that they were fighting and somebody was killed because there was a fight in APC? You hardly see that.
I think we lost one person in Gindiri.
It's normal with elections at times in other places, but I think what happened in Gindiri, I don't want to attribute it to an election because it was not at the election field. What happened in Gindiri was not at the election field. So I don't want to attribute it to the election. You get? I read what happened. It was outside the election premises. That was where it happened. So I think APC as a party, we're building ourselves to be a better party, and we have a digital chairman there doing his best, and our leaders on the plateau, the governor, and they're all doing their best to make sure we get out the best out of APC. Bring him down. We're all brothers. We're all party members. What we want is the best for the party. There's no way the national chairman will say, "Oh, because you've lost primary election, go to hell." There's no way the governor will say, because there's always a way to bring everybody together. I know how to make our house a formidable one that we've always been.
was there a sharing formula before this election to say the respective blocks should take A, B, and C?
I don't think there was any, because I was not in any meeting to that. I am speaking as Johnson. Okay, I'm speaking as Johnson. So I don't think that's any. What happened is a primary election, and if there is a consensus, there's a consensus because it's a consensus.
All right.
If there is a primary election, is a primary because there is that. If there's a direct primary, there's a direct primary because there is that. So I don't think there's any, because I've not seen any going round anywhere.
All right, well, let's open the phone lines. In case you're just tuning in, we've been having a chat with Honorable Johnson Nenman and Honorable Rodsha Golmud, and we're talking about the processes, the primary election, and all of the issues that it is raising up. You can join the conversation. We'd love to hear from you, 081-2187-7777, or you call 090-5566-6699. You have to turn down the volume of your radio, or you turn it off completely, and then you tell us the name and where you're calling from. Very important for you to do that.
Likewise, you can be a part of this conversation on Facebook, JFM Live, on X, JFM Jos. There are posts on the conversation there, and you can be a part of it.
Let's take the first call. Good evening. Thank you for calling. Tell us the name and join the conversation, please.
Yeah, hello. Good evening.
Tell us the name and join the conversation.
Thank you very much. My name is Sadiq Umar. I'm calling from TT&T Junction.
We're listening.
Yeah, you see, I will comment your guests. They have spoken very, very well, and they have enlightened us much more about the happenings in the APC primaries. You see, APC as the ruling party must be the first target of the head of the news. That's why we are not hearing from other parties. But you see, it is very, very unfortunate the way we are facing this. As your guests have said, they are using concession to get their candidate. So this is on best satisfaction, or the candidate is credible more than the others. So there is a reason that will bring up a concession. But the reality is that if we are talking about democracy, I think the direct primaries is more democratical in practice than the concession, because that's what it will happen, and more people will engage in the participation of the primaries. But when we look at the concession, it's not like an imposition, because it must be people to disagree on the leader that they have given. But no matter how it is, but we are hoping this kind of what is happening in the APC, it will not reflect the general election, because what you just placed in your inside, it is a primary election that goes, and you see what happened, that the officials are moved away by other officials. That's to say nothing has happened. And lastly, they will say that it's a concession. And those people within that ward are not happy with what happened. You see, that will tell you how the effect of that concession is. But our prayer is that 2027, we are hoping that other parties will be, because the reality is that most of Nigerians are not happy with the reality that is happening in Nigeria. Because we are talking about
thank you,
Sadiq. That is coming. We are talking about the insecurity. We are talking about the market.
Thank you, Sadiq. There's so much to take. Thank you. Thank you, Sadiq. Let's give other people opportunity to call and contribute. Good evening. Thank you for calling. Tell us the name and join the conversation.
Gilbert Joseph and your guest there. Good evening. Candidate of their choice to vote. The officials that are started with the responsibility of doing that, you will not see them until midnight, around 11 to 12. Somebody told me today, go and sit down in one room and tell people that, they have conducted primaries. And one of the funny things here is that when they are counting, when they are being compelled to go for the primaries, those officials who are counting, numbers, they will be jumping numbers. 1, 6, 8. From 50, they will jump to 100. From 100, they will jump to 1,000. And that is exactly what is happening in the APC. And there are so many officials of the INEC to monitor that election. So I don't understand how they say that they resolve what they're taking out. How? It's quite unfortunate, but it's not the end of the road. In fact, the opposition are keenly waiting. I want to tell the government in power that 2023, Laro was moving up and down thinking that yes, Plateau is APC. What happened at the end of the day? He lost election. and it will still repeat itself right here on the plateau. We know how to vote. We have the pattern of voting. Good evening. Have a nice time.
Thank you. Hello, good evening. Thank you for calling. Tell us the name and join the conversation, please. Yeah.
This is Honorable Joseph Francis Joshua.
We're listening.
Ponsak, this evening.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
What I have to say, Ponsak, issue of the consensus or the primary of the APC, people have to stop taking Panadol for another person headache. My own conclusion this evening is that they allow APC to do their primary. Other party will do their own. Good evening, Ponsak.
Thank you. 08121877777 or you call 09055666699. Turn down the volume of your radio or you turn it off completely, and then you tell us the name and where you are calling from. Oh, we got to you late. After this, we take social media. Thank you for calling.
Hello, Ponsat.
Thank you for calling. Tell us the name and join the conversation, please.
Yeah, I'm calling you from Shaka. I'm Israel. I'm calling you from Shaka.
We're listening.
Yeah, Ponsat, the truth is, APC as a ruling party, we expect to see what should happen in other political parties from the conduct of the APC primary. But from the way it happened, it is very clear that we are not going to have a fair election. That is just the truth. You can imagine a primary that is being held openly. Somebody is counting from 1, 2, 3, and he jumps to 50, to 70, to 100. That in itself is a stain on our democracy. And from the way the primaries are being held, it's as if you win the APC primary, your chances of winning election is great. It's as if it's the main election. And it's not like that. But the thing is, if APC thinks from the way they performed their primaries is how the election is going to look, they are lying. It's going to be tougher than what they expect, because from the way their primaries was held, they are already telling Nigerians that there's not going to be fair election. What kind of fair election is held where somebody will be counting openly from 20 and it jumps to 80 to 100? It is very dangerous. The impression they are giving us is that there's not going to be a fair election. If APC himself will hold elections where it is being on live television on certain stations, and they are giving the impression that there's no credible election. There are places where people will won election clearly, and when they were announcing results, they announced a different thing. And if you ask them, they said those that are supposed to announce results, even if it's a wrong result, as long as they announce it, the result stands. If they want to do appoint and give people position based on what they are performing, they should not make it.
Thank you.
Telling us that, hello.
Thank you. Hello. Okay, Gilbert, I think we lost connection there. Please take us through social media.
Yeah, time is fast spent, but let's see. Israel Yakubu says, beautiful evening, great souls. I'm watching live from Center 2, GSS Carbon. Inquiry Emmanuel says, Arsenal all the way. I don't want to think about Nigerian politics again. Ishaya Abari, good evening. I'm watching live from Akpo Legislative Zone. Danyang Dennis Emmanuel. Watching live from Asokoro, Adiku, Akaso. Watching live here in Army Engineers, and well done to you and the guests. Nanwonba VP says, great job. Watching again from Golden Base. Nenman Shandin from Birnin Kebi. You say, well done, my brother Rishad Golmut. Blessing Gonzer Nenman. Yes, our Uncle Roshak doing well. Pam Leah, okay, from Niger again. Alfred Kazi. This primary election was never transparent. That's why you're upset. Atul Ilya Gambo. Okay, it's unfortunate that the guest in the studio is saying for someone to die in an election is a normal thing. God help us in this country. Sule Godwin. I think all will be free and fair in the general elections. Okay, let's leave it here.
Yeah, well, thank you to those who contributed. I'll go to the guests. Okay, Honorable Roshak, will you like to respond to the comment and your final word?
Yeah, Roshak will be fine and honorable anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Final words. Clearly, with some of the responses, and of course, we cannot say we do not feel the pains of what is on ground. And truly, truly, if our party, my party, the All Progressive Congress, doesn't do anything swift and fast and consider these kind of voices, dissenting voices to what has happened, I think we will be up for a shocker come 2027. And I do not want to see my party lose. I want my party to win in all elections that they field candidates.
Okay. Well, good luck to your party, to you and your party.
Thank you.
Honorable Johnson.
Okay, so as I said earlier, he talked about consensus, that the process of consensus.
Yeah. So tomorrow, will it be consensus or Kato by Ankato?
I don't know.
Okay.
There are committees that are sitting on that. Do the committee with. So he talked about consensus, that the process of consensus. The process of consensus is simple. Stakeholders will sit down and the aspirants, mostly they will agree, and then that's why there's an appeal committee that is set up. Apart from the election committee, there's an appeal committee.
Oh, sure, definitely.
Where you feel cheated, you can go to the appeal committee and submit your petition to them that this happened and I'm not comfortable with it. And then it's clear that the aspirants must agree. So is there any aspirant that is election has been conducted that the numbers are jumping? No. Show me one place on the plateau that there was a jump at number. That maybe from 10 they say 20. Those are social media pranks just to pull down APC down. I can go out now and gather 20, 30 people and I display that just to make the party look bad in the eyes of Nigerians. There are people that their work is to make.
Yeah, of course,
APC
anything can be done.
People will not vote for APC. So I didn't see anything real in that thing, because those places that you see those people counting, you won't see the party officials. You won't see the INEC officials there. You only see people just. They gather 20, 30 people and somebody will start 1, 2, 3, from 5 he jumps to 20. That is their personal thing that they want to use to spoil the party. But that is not something that happens in APC. It has not happened in APC, and I'm sure it will not happen in APC. APC is a party of transparency. It's a party of good people. If there's where we have a challenge, we will resolve it as a family, which is bound to happen everywhere.
All right. Thank you so much, Honorable Johnson Nanman and Rosha Golmod. Thank you. Gilbert, your final word.
Well, try and be involved in politics. It affects you everywhere. You cannot sit aloof either now or later in the future during the general elections. You must be a part of the democratic process.
I once left, a friend because the first thing, the friend told me is that they are not interested in politics. I said, we don't have any basis for our friendship.
That's a joke.
Yeah, we don't have any basis for our friendship. And for me, that's how I left the whole thing. I don't want drama. I don't want any drama in my life. Well, the news will come your way top of the hour, 6 o'clock. Stay tuned. Enjoy the rest of our programming. Bye now.